What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? You see these beautiful faces. I know you heard that theme music, so you know where you are. This is the Let's Get Canceled podcast. I am Tommy with an H. I'm the voice of the people. I'm here for y'all.
And my name is Big Tech Dog, your favorite friendly, lovable loudmouth. This is what we do. Hey, yo, cousin,
What up, cousin?
you ready?
I'm ready, boss.
Let's get
Let's get
canceled.
canceled. All right, so on tonight's episode, we're going to go back into the battles that have happened. I know y'all have seen the diss records flying back and forth between Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Yeah, so we're going to have to discuss that just a little bit. We're going to talk for just a quick second on some things that have happened on Netflix. You know what I'm saying? Netflix had the Katt Williams special. They had a Tom Brady roast. So we're going to talk a little bit on that. And speaking of Netflix, on July 20th, we will have our 12-month season 1 episode, finale episode, that we will be live having a ball. And again, you are invited. Hit us up if you're trying to get the information. We'll definitely shoot it out to you so you can pull up on us. It's going to be a good time. All of these bottles up here are going to get open. Hey, it's going to be a time. We're going to have some of our old guests back on. We're going to have some people in there doing some cooking, some drinking, all types of stuff. We're going to bring some folks in.
It's going to be a little bit more than some drinking. It's going to be a lot of drinking.
It's going to be a little bit of something happening, man. But we're going to watch the fight together. So again, while you're sitting there watching the fight, mute your TVs, listen to us. Put us on your TV, watch the fight on your computer. Whatever it is, as long as you make sure that we're included, make sure that we get a part of that. So 7/20, July 20th, we're going to start that night around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. So just fall through. Anytime between that, we're going to be there till the fight's over. Later on tonight, we're going to do some commentary on some clips. I took off some clips. He sent some clips to me. He wouldn't let me see all of them, so it's okay. So it's going to be some live reactions on some of those things. And then at the end of the show, it's going to be a little bit of sprinkle of the game. And I go into my pervert bag, so it's going to be a little eat versus beat tonight. It's going to be a little eat versus beat in the sprinkle of game. So fellas, be sure you check out that portion of the episode because, again, I'm showing you some game that's going to help you out down the long run. So to start off, though, we're gonna go into this battle. We're going to go into this battle. So, cousin, I think the battle's over.
I don't think so.
It's got to be.
Now, wait, hold on. See, all right, catch everybody up on what's been going on. Like, if you've been under a rock somewhere, you already know that Kendrick Lamar and Sassy Drake have been battling each other, right? And now, in my opinion, Drake's claim to fame before this was his back-to-back. Like when it comes to the battles and the diss records, back-to-back. Where he threw out one, right, aimed at Meek Mill, and then came right back and threw another one. Meek Mill didn't have a chance to respond. He didn't have a chance to respond. It's funny that you say spin the block. We'll get to that in a second. So what happened this time, he's up against a real spitter, right? So you got Kendrick Lamar, who's I think Kendrick Lamar is nice, bro. I think he's nice. Is he as nice as he's been gassed up to be? I don't know, but I think he's nice. He's dead nice. No question about it. He's a lyricist. He does his thing.
Mm-hmm.
But when I look for lyricists, I think of
a past generation,
right?
And that's where I have to. That's where I have to gauge him. I have to gauge him now versus the MCs that he spits. His peer group. That's where I have to gauge him as far as where he lands, because when it comes down to all time, he falls off my list.
Right. Yeah.
He's somewhere down the line, but amongst his peer group, he's
a monster.
In my opinion, he's the leader of the pack.
Amongst his peer group?
Amongst his peer group.
Who do you consider his peer group? Like we talking about dudes that are out right now.
Yeah, the kids the people that have come out within the last 10 years.
I think there could be an argument made for J. Cole over Kendrick.
There could be. It'll be wrong, but there could always be an argument.
Oh, God.
Of course. There could be an argument. But yeah, it would be incorrect.
After these battle bars, it might be an argument for Chris Brown. Nah, but
he definitely did step in the game and put his pen out there. My thing with Chris would be, can he do it consistently? No. If he's able to bring that out consistently, then maybe he should switch it up.
He doesn't have to.
Be a rapper.
He doesn't have to.
He could be a singer turned rapper. T-Pain was the rapper turned singer. Breezy can be the singer turned rapper. Rock it out.
Well,
Because
so
Tyrese tried it with the black tie.
he did.
Didn't work. Music Soul Child wanted to be a rapper at one point.
When?
Yeah, that didn't work out too well for. Get your Googles, buddy. You said you were keeping your computer up for a reason.
I got it up. Hold on. Let me see.
Do your Googles. Music Soul Child decided to be a rapper for a split second. That didn't work out too well for him. So, you know what I'm saying? Everybody can't do it. And Breezy may be the one that's able to make it happen. Mm-hmm.
The Hustle? Are you serious?
You see? And if you guys don't know about that, y'all go check it out. Y'all go check it out and give your opinions to it. Because again, I have my own opinions, and a lot of times people tell me I'm wrong with my opinions. I don't think so, but people tell me I'm wrong with my opinions a lot. So yeah, go check out the Music Soul Child Jones.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Hold on a second. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is real time because I'm a Music Soul Child fan, and I have just found his name is The Hustle, and the name of the song is Hustle. Oh, come on. Don't do it to me, music. Yo, that track's fire, bro. Chilling somewhere on the beach, staring at the sky. Call sweet, something beautiful by my side. I can make it to the crib in about 9, but I still drive slow so you can see the ride. Ladies and gentlemen, I am thoroughly disappointed. Like, the track is flaming to me. Like, the way he rides on that track was. But
he was trying to bring the love songs to the rap game again. You know what I'm saying? That I need love, LL Cool J, hey lover type shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta remember though.
On Music's first album, he had a song called I think it was a song about a girl who was 16 years old or 17 years old. Now, it's not as bad as what you think. He's grown.
Was he draking?
No, so it was about a girl who was trying to talk to him, and he thought she was cute, and he was trying to talk to her until he found out she was 17 years old.
Oh, wow.
And then he had another track called, it was about him, like, it was pretty much about weed. So, and he rapped on that. He was singing, but it was pretty. When we were introduced by your girl Ruth, I knew that you got down skin, caramel complexion, tropical. It was dope. It was
all
good.
I knew was Just Friends. That's all I knew. And when I first heard Just Friends, I was like, this kid got it. Like, is this a little 12-year-old boy saying we don't get? And then they were like, no, that's a grown ass. I was like, wow, did not know. I thought it was a kid.
It's a lot of dudes out there at that time. You got to remember, we had the Mario Winans with I Don't Want to Know. We had him talking about Just Friends. We had a lot of simp dudes around that time, all right? Niggas who was just like, I'm not trying to do nothing. I just want to be friends. Can't we be friends? And then Mario Winans.
That was the Carl Thomas. I wish I never met her days.
Yeah.
They were some bops, but niggas was out there. He mad with a chick and she want to stay home with her husband and kids. Wow.
But she still belongs to some. Like, that nigga was crying.
Hey, bro, it happens.
It was hilarious, is what it was. That's not what we're talking about tonight, y'all. We ain't talking about that.
But seriously though, like, who do you think won the battle? Because again, I think it's over. Apparently, a couple of days ago, there were shots fired around Drake's house in Canada. So, somebody in London vandalized one of the stores, saying some things like he ain't one of us or they not like us, something like that. So, I'm thinking right now for this generation, this has to end before it turns into something more. So, with that as my barometer for this particular generation, I'm gonna say it's over. So I'm gonna ask you now, at this particular point, I think we're 7 tracks in. Who do you think won this?
I think Kendrick Lamar won, and I'm gonna tell you, just because the expectation was that Drake was going to wash him from the Drake fans, not from we're not talking about the lyricists and stuff like that, but people who respect bars think that Kendrick won. People who like Drake think Drake won, but the difference is nobody who respects bars has switched and said, nope, I like Drake, but there are some who like Drake who have gone, yeah, but I think Kendrick got it. So I think by that barometer, I think Kendrick got it.
I can respect that. I can respect that. To me, I stopped caring after the first 2 tracks.
Hey,
Win or lose, I don't really care. Dude, when I realized that there was no potential for violence, and again, I may be wrong now, so I got a little interested in it once I saw shots fired. I was like, oh, it's a battle again. We're back.
to
And
your
then
credit, you did send me that text message, and it was just the headline, and you like, I think I might be interested again.
I might be interested again. But there's been no music since then, and I think they're pretty much gonna let it end. So since I gave up caring a long time ago because hey, there's gonna be no violence.
Yeah.
I'll say it's a tie. Now I have gone through the Twitter's verse or X verse, whatever the hell you call it these days. I've gone through and I've seen like soliloquies for both.
Yep.
And the fact that Drake apparently told someone to go out there and make up that I have a kid. And
That's
tell
what
him
I was going to ask you about. Like, because they like, I don't know how much of this is true, and how much of it is that Drake is trying a new strategy after Pusha T outed him with the first baby.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
And I
if
think
he
that's
did
what
that, that's genius.
That's what it was. But I think that's the most sucker shit ever.
Really?
And again, I was
Really?
trying not to say curse words, but dude, if a nigga not looking for dirt, he just gonna bar you to death. And then you go tell somebody, hey, go take him this. Now, if he's out there asking people for stuff, that's one thing. But for me to say, I'm gonna make up a baby and then go send it over there to his doorstep and dog, like, why? Why? So I can say he's a liar? Nigga, all I said was, hey, you got another kid out there, bro. If it's not true, so be it. But everything else I've said about you, not taking care of your kid, you need to be there for your kid. You're trying to, bruh, like, why would you send somebody over here? Like, you already got outed for having a kid. Having another one, no.
Yeah, that would be a big thing. I'm sorry, but if he got outed for one kid and then he made this whole big thing about I never this with my kids and I with my kid and blah 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 blah. Nigga, if he had another one hidden somewhere, it'd be like, nigga, again? And keep in mind, this is from me. I don't like Drake. I'm not a big fan. I don't dislike him.
I don't understand.
I'm not a Drake fan.
Drake, you're a musician. A musician.
Absolutely. Now, wait. Musically, I'm not saying he's bad. Like when I say I don't like Drake, I think it might be back to I don't like Drake fans, because these are people who, to them, Drake is the greatest thing to ever touch a microphone, and to me, he's a great entertainer, and that used to be a compliment. You're a great entertainer used to be a compliment. Now, if he's not, that's like saying, yo, your boy can really ball. Oh, nigga, I'm better than Mike. Pump your brakes on me. Like, come on, bro. Like, you're in my top 5 greatest of all time. I'm number 1. Okay, nigga. All right. You know what I'm saying? And you expect that from the artist. Drake is supposed to say, I'm number 1. Drake is supposed to be like, I'm the best ever, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
But come on. The fans are not supposed, like, if you're being real at all, like, to me, personally, my favorite rapper of all time, is DMX.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite of all time. Do I think he's the greatest lyricist of all time? No. Do I think there's an argument to be made for him to be in the top 10? Yeah. But do I think he's the greatest lyricist of all time? No. And I would be foolish to argue that point when the likes of Black Thought are out there, the likes of KRS-One are out there, the likes of Redman and Eminem are out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can separate the two.
Because you're not the fanatical fan.
Right.
And these days, you get to be that. You get to, I think a lot of times these kids think that the guy is going to see my comment and he's going to love me for it. So I have to defend him.
Right.
Like he's gonna see. I'm gonna defend him because if he sees this, he's gonna take me on tour.
Listen, ma'am, sir, you ain't going nowhere. They're not coming to your house. They don't
But
even
that's
see
how
that.
the internet is. Like everybody jumps on so heavily on their fanaticism that that has to be the only reason is that they're going to see my comment.
Maybe.
But for this particular situation, I gave up on the battle. Like I've gone back and listened to him because for research purposes I had to, but I didn't really care anymore.
Can I tell you the
Like,
truth? Can I tell you the truth?
mm-hmm.
I didn't. I didn't go
You
back and
didn't?
listen to him. No. You know
You
why?
didn't go back?
No. There was no point. Because let's be real. Like I heard, and this is the thing, and it hurt my heart because earlier this week we talked about, and I told you that I was a fan of Charlemagne the God. Like I was like,
Yes.
I like Charlemagne.
Mm-hmm.
That nigga said this is the greatest battle in recent history in my mind, like that I've ever seen. And I was like, nigga, you older than me, so I know you saw these other battles. You know what I'm saying?
Shot. Now your credibility is shot.
Right. And it's just, it's so bad. And that's what bothers me about it. Not that, you know what, but battles people listen to for different things. Like when it comes to like the battle rap arena, I like certain rap. I like Conceited because of his punchlines. You know what I mean? I like O Solo because of the way he comes across. You know what I'm saying?
Solo the GOAT, man. Solo might be the GOAT, dog.
You see what I'm saying? Other people want somebody who's gonna bar you to death with like a Math Hoffa or
Right.
you know what I mean, that type of thing. But see, I like different things. So I can say, you know what, my favorite battle rapper is Clips, or one of the best ever is Conceited. But then somebody else be like, man, they just do this. And they'll give me somebody else, and I'll be like, well, they just do that. So it's subjective. Absolutely. But I mean, can you objectively look at it and say this is greater than these other ones?
Here is what I can give them a little bit of a lifeline on is the fact that this battle lasted for maybe a month, and we got 7 tracks.
That's true. We got an album worth of material in
consistency of you drop, I drop, you drop, I drop, you drop, I drop. So maybe that's what they mean by it's the best, because every day you were on the edge of your seat wondering who's dropping today, who's it going to be today, and it would be a Tuesday, 3 days later. And I think again it was the Pusha T situation that forced this one to be that way, because we were always like, who's coming next? You only have X amount of hours or X amount of days to reply.
And that's the thing.
When Kendrick didn't drop for 2 days, everybody, he's scared. He's got to come. He's not coming back. And then when he came back and gave you that one, and then Drake drops another one, and 20 minutes later, here's another one. It was like that consistency in the battling with the tracks dropping. That right there gave you like, ooh. But again, for me, the fact that these songs were dropping so much means nobody was looking for the other.
Listen,
there's not going to be any violence.
That right there, sir, that made me actually like the essence of the battle, because you got to remember, Drake beat Meek Mill off of the back of Back to Back. Right. And that came today, and then maybe a little bit later when Meek dropped something, or no, he dropped the 2 before Meek ever responded. Meek replied, But there was what, 2 days in between those two.
Yeah. And for some, like, you're not dropping nothing, I'll hit you with another one.
Right. So, but for him to get beat at his own game, 20 minutes, nigga. And 20 minutes, nigga.
And here's another thing that I don't think anyone expected. Kendrick Lamar drops albums 5-8 years apart.
Right.
You don't think that he has this in him, and for some reason, I don't think the Drake fans expected.
No.
And I knew they thought Drake was just going to be a rapper, and you don't hear much from Kendrick. But I think what actually happened was Kendrick was, I have time today, so let's go ahead and do this. And then I'm dropping 7-minute tracks, and then you hear, he's out there, and there's a 13-minute version of this, and then he's just constantly putting tracks out, and they're okay to listen to. And he's saying something like when he sits there and talks to Drake's kids, like that's so disrespectful. Yeah. That's so disrespectful. And I don't
And I
think
was
Drake
hoping it would
was
go there
projecting
though.
that much of it. And I think that's why he decided to put out that I got a kid. So I have something that I can get you on. It's his gotcha moment.
But I
Ooh.
love it. I
And
love
I'm
it.
like, nigga, but it was a whole 6 other minutes where he didn't talk about that kid. He talked about you being that A minor line,
Oh my
that
God.
minor line,
Oh my
that
God.
may have been the bar of the battle.
It is. It flat out.
That may be the bar.
And you know what would be better? You know how you put a bow on this? If I'm Kendrick Lamar, I'm West Coast, home of the drive-by. I would be putting out a track right now called, you guessed it, Drive-By. And the whole intention of that song would be to let you know whether you're in California, New York, or Canada, I can still touch you. Whether he had anything to do with it or not, which, let's be honest,
Oh,
99.99%
wasn't
not involved in it.
nothing to do with him.
But if he can tie the home of the drive-by to the drive-by at Drake house, and it's
Bro.
just like, don't get it twisted, we can still touch you type of joint, that brings back that old school
Yeah.
death row feel. Like, oh, wait a minute,
And
this
then
could
I'm
get
gonna be
ugly.
and then I'm gonna be interested in the battle because someone's gonna have to take a shot at Kendrick, and then it's potential for death, and I'm invested again because somebody may not be here again, so I got to listen to all their music now. That's where I am.
That's true. That's
The
true.
battles that I loved, there was
It was
an
dangerous.
essence of violence somewhere near it,
Right.
and you figured,
Listen, even with LL, because people forgot. People forgot. LL was dangerous with a microphone, and he did not mind putting hands on people, and people
beat you the
forgot
f
that.
up.
People forgot that. You understand what I'm
Ask
saying?
Jamie Foxx.
Right, right. And the problem is that when you forget that and you make songs like "Hey Lover," "Hey Love,"
Right,
and that type of
right.
stuff, that's what you become known for. He didn't care. He was just like, "Yo, this is where I'm at.
This is where the money is.
Listen to my name, nigga. Ladies love Cool James, nigga. Like that's what
Right.
we do." But don't get it twisted.
I
Take these
will
shots,
bar you to death.
and he
because
did
I'm hey lover, but I'm gonna knock you out too. That's still me.
exactly.
That's
Y'all
still me.
forgot about Mama Said Knock You Out. Y'all forgot Cool Mo D and MC Hammer
Right.
and
And he had to tell y'all about it in the dang go
right, right. So it's a
Everybody say I crushed Cool J Ice and somebody else's sperm. Like, wow, okay.
yeah. It
Like he
was
killing
bad.
curls out there. So I think that's one of the things that draws me to a battle. And again, it should not. I am way too old to feel this way. But again, I am a product of my generation.
Yep.
And in my
We like
generation,
violence.
when there was a battle, there was potential that y'all gonna see each other and somebody's gonna get hit in the face.
Be real. Remember when during the No Vaseline era, to us at the time, we all thought that everybody in NWA, including Ice Cube, were all gangsters, and
Right.
everybody had the potential to just pull out guns and have a shootout in the middle of the broad daylight. Now,
Indeed.
later on, you find out that the only real gangster in that whole crew was Eazy-E. You understand what I'm saying? But at the time, you had this potential for something terrible to happen.
Right. And when
And
NWA and Ice Cube's lynch mob meet each other,
yep,
they put hands on each other.
and it went
So,
down.
hey, potential for violence. But again, them to me, it seems like them West Coast cats when they see each other, they got neighborhood situations going on anyway. So
Right.
you never know because the guys from my neighborhood and the guys from your neighborhood, we may not do anything, but the guys gonna get active. They like
Right.
to get active,
Right.
and that's just one of those things. But even looking back at when the Locks say they saw Freeway somewhere, I think they were in Puerto Rico or whatever, like, hey, we was gonna go over there and jump him because them niggas could rap.
Right.
I'll be like, them niggas could spit. He was like, we weren't mad about nothing. We were just mad because them niggas could spit, and they gave us a battle. So now we can't beat you on the mic, or the mics ain't doing it. You got to punch you in the face. Now
Look.
Drake did tell Kendrick to come catch his fade, and I'm pretty sure he was kidding.
I hope he was kidding, Because look, you can't be light skinned pretty boy with a swole up eye. Like that's bad. Because I don't see that going your way, homie. And this is the thing. I'm not here to just dump on Drake. Like I think he's a great entertainer. I think he makes good music.
He makes good music. Okay.
I think that's good. I think he's good. Like this is like when I used to rhyme and people started doing other stuff and you'd be like, they're like, oh yeah, he's a rapper like you're a rapper. Like, no. He's not a rapper like I'm a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like he might be a rapper, but he's not a rapper like I'm a rapper. You understand what I'm saying? Right. Like I'm a sound guy. I do this stuff around here. I can do small, medium, even relatively large events. Mm-hmm. But if you got a national artist coming in to do like a stadium, I can't. I'm not a sound guy like that's a sound guy. You understand what I'm saying? Right. You have to know where your limits are. And I wouldn't get mad. I wouldn't get mad at that sound guy for saying that I'm not up to par to do that because I'm not. You know what I mean?
I think that's where Drake started this whole thing with an ESPN interview he did where they were mentioning Kendrick Lamar and he was saying, yeah, why even bring him up? Like he's not on my level. As an upstart, as an upstart kid, like you can't start mentioning him here with Good Kid, Mad City. Even though we saw where he was gonna go, he's not there yet. Mm-hmm. I would venture to say Good Kid, Mad City may be better than any album Drake has. I would venture to say that, but again, I have to go do my research.
It's not that big of a venture, bro. Like it's there. Because content, what are you talking about? Like this is what makes me mad.
But is it only that good because Drake was on it?
Is what only that good because Drake was on it?
Good Kid, Drake was on Good Kid. He was on the record.
What are you? Wait a minute. Hold on. What's it? You ain't got no shots down there, nothing, do you?
I haven't taken any shots. I haven't taken any shots tonight.
God, bro, listen. That's like, that's like Biggie's album, and you're going, it's great, and you arguing that Jay-Z's better than Biggie, and then you go, yeah, but Life After Death, and you go, but is it only that good because Jay-Z was on it? Like, no.
Drake said you can't have a number one without me.
Says the man who got bodied by never mind. Just stop. Just stop.
All right. So again, we didn't want to bring this one too far because
too late.
We did on the live episode. But where are we going? We going 20 minutes on this one? That's
something like it.
Bad. That's not too bad. We're gonna
by 20 minutes. On. If it was by 20 minutes, you mean 30.
Well, we tried. But we're gonna go ahead and move on.
All right.
To another stories. We're gonna move on to the Netflix story.
Yeah.
And what happened on Netflix over the weekend? I think it was this past weekend. I'm not sure when they happened, so I just went and watched them. Okay, I'm gonna let you go ahead.
May I? Let me go ahead and take this one, please. So 2 seminal events happened on Netflix. Number 1, the first was Katt Williams' stand-up special. By some
live, right?
Yep, it was live. Mm-hmm. So this is the second time they've pulled this off. The first time was Chris Rock. Mm-hmm. And the Chris Rock special was interesting only because everybody was waiting for him to address getting slapped in the face.
Yes.
This Katt Williams special, the live special, everybody was interested because not just, but recently came off of the Club Shay Shay where he made the whole big stink. Yes. Right?
He started the year off with the bang.
With a bang. Now, in my opinion, I think Katt Williams is a funny guy. I think Katt Williams is hilarious, especially like in an interview. I don't think he's ever not stolen a scene when he's been in a movie or a show. I think he's a great, great entertainer. That stand-up special was garbage. Garbage.
Not me. It was
no, Reggie? It was not me. It was Reggie, Holmes. It was Reggie. This is old school big CD case with the 100 CDs in it that you gotta break up, and then you get the shake, and you gotta tap it so the seeds come out. Just, bro, that's what that was, bro. Because let's be real. Did it? And that's the thing about that same Reggie. That Reggie, it got the job done when you needed to get somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't what we got today. You know what I'm saying? And so what we were expecting he never got there. He never got there. Like it took off slow and it stayed there. So
Right.
and I thought there was a couple points where I'm like, oh, he gonna talk about he gonna go there because he said, oh, but I'm fast, and I was like, oh, he gonna talk about the he never did. He never got there.
He talked about the Illuminati can't catch me, but because I'm fast.
Right, and I thought he was gonna go to the comments about him running a sub 4.340, which again never happened. Right, but anyway, so it never got off the ground for me. Like were there some parts where I chuckled? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, because he's a funny dude. Like, you ever watch a comedian and before they even say anything, you already start laughing a little bit? Mm-hmm. And that's how I am with Katt Williams. Because I think Katt Williams, The Pimp Chronicles, was obnoxiously hilarious. Like, obnoxiously funny. And that's Pimpin'.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, for me, after watching, and it took me a while to watch it. Yeah. I fell asleep twice.
You see, that's terrible. You couldn't have fell asleep when you first turned on The Pimp Chronicles. You would have cried yourself.
You were laughing constantly. You were constantly.
You had to stop and rewind because you just laughed through the next two jokes.
And here's the biggest problem, and I hope they're not watching. I was working. I was on the clock, and I'm sitting there doing my job, and I'm letting this play. And then I stopped for a minute just to pay some attention. I'm like, maybe I'm missing the jokes. And boom, we like, whoa, okay, let's get back to this work. We got to get back to work. And I was like, all right, I'm doing it again. I'm not paying attention.
You know what I left?
I'm like, all righty, here we're asleep again. But I will say, the last Katt Williams live show I went to, I fell asleep in that also.
In the show. In the show. Hey, listen, this is just a helpful hint to all you wannabe stand-up comedians. If you look out into the crowd and there are Negroes asleep, keep in mind, we're not talking about random people. We're talking about Negroes. And the reason that's important is because them Negroes paid a lot of money and had to put other stuff aside to take time, effort, and funds to come out to watch you, and then they're asleep. They could have done that at house. You're not doing well. You're not doing well.
It was a Saturday evening. I did not drink or smoke anything, so I was dead sober. So like a lot of I know a lot of y'all watching here was like, oh, he just got drunk and went to sleep. He fast. No, I was stone sober.
That's so sad.
It was, meh.
That's so sad.
I thought so also. So I was like, I'm never paying my money to do it again. Had some friends try to invite me over to the last show he did here in Jacksonville. And I was like, well, I went to sleep the last time. I'm not going to waste your money. Give it to somebody who's going to appreciate it because I can't risk it. I can't risk our friendship.
Yo,
they were like, no, you just got to drink. I'm like, dude, if I got to drink to be funny, I'd rather not.
So wait. For those of you who are having sleep problems, Katt Williams stand up is like melatonin for you right
now. You know what? I know some people who have issues sleeping at night. I'm gonna tell people.
You just told me you slept through the live show and you were at work
and at home.
You were at work
at home in the middle of the day.
He fell asleep
after my coffee.
That's horrible. That's horrible.
And I drink coffee all day long.
Right.
This after my morning coffee, I'm like, this is gonna be the first thing I do today. And
that's so sad.
Man, so the
KATT step your game up.
Yeah, that one I wasn't feeling it, but again, for his fans, he may have given you guys what you wanted. This is just my opinion. So I'm gonna move to that. And the other thing that was on there was the roast to Tom Brady.
Now that there, sir.
The roast to Tom Brady had some moments.
It did.
What was your favorite moment? I got a couple of them. I had to write some of them down.
So my favorite, well, hold on. First of all, again, I said I'm a fan of Kevin Hart. I like Kevin Hart. But that roast showed me why people are annoyed with Kevin Hart. I think he did a good job, but there was a whole lot that didn't need to be there. And I watched as a performer, you get going somewhere and you realize that you're dying, so you kind of make a quick sharp left to get back to what you're really good at that you know is going to get him.
Right.
And I watched him do that multiple times.
The pivot, hey, he realized I'm live, and if it's not working, let's go.
Yeah, but the pivot wasn't smooth. It was like a little bit too far. Like here I'm going this way, and it's not working, and I still kept going this way before I pivoted instead of immediately it's not working and drift over here. Right. Yeah. So that was kind of, and he had a lot of funny moments. Don't get me wrong.
I think when he started, and Doc called me before I could finish watching. I think I was about an hour in, and Doc called me to give me a warning about something later on because he was watching it around the same time I was, maybe an hour or so ahead of me. And He called me. He said he calls you too, but you didn't answer the phone. So he was like, "Bro, I'm trying to warn y'all before you get there that it's gonna be something." And I was like, "All right, I haven't made it that far yet, but that's
interesting." I'm going to ask you what part that is later. But the other part, the other part that stood out to me was when Jeff Ross made the Robert Kraft joke about the massage. Bro. Yo, Tom Brady was not having that, bro.
Bro, he was like, "Man, don't say that again."
That was crazy. And your girl,
he ran up on him.
Woo!
Hey, don't say that again, bro. I thought I was going down.
Yeah. Now the surprise to me, that the standout surprise to me was Sam J.
Okay.
Sam J. And from our previous from the Lost episode, we talked about her.
You know I love Sam J. You know I love some Sam J.
She was pretty good. She was pretty decent. And then who's the white guy, the skinny white dude at the end, near the end, after Sam J. And he came up from not Schultz. He came up from the audience. What is his name? You remember he sat out in the audience and did a little fake.
Tony, the podcaster, Tony.
Yeah. That dude came in there when he said, "Oh hell no's" on it.
Yeah. Say Sam J doesn't eat pussy. She all hell no's pussy. I got that on my notes. I'm talking about I had to rewind it. It was like, hold on. He has to get
it. Was great. It was great. Oh my God.
And again, I did all this while I'm at work, and I'm sitting there and I'm listening, and that's how I know I didn't miss the jokes on Katt Williams, because I heard all of these. And
I was at work too when I watched the roast. I was at work.
Yeah. I stopped and took my notes. Was like, okay, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got five good standouts of the day.
What you got?
I got 5 of those. But no. I'm gonna let you continue, because I'm gonna just run through my list here.
Let me see. Your girl, the other white girl, I can't remember her name right now.
Nikki Glaser.
Nikki Glaser. Yeah, she handled business. Like Nikki did her thing.
She again. I wrote down. Yeah, Nikki Glaser was that deal. Now this is a 3-hour roast. Now this is a 3-hour.
3 hours.
Now I was not thinking I would be able to make it through, and I almost didn't. I fast forwarded through Kim Kardashian. I'm gonna keep that a B. I fast forwarded through Kim.
I didn't, because the problem with that was that I heard that she got booed beforehand. So when I didn't watch it live.
Right.
I watched it later on, and I had read comments about this thing, and then I want to say people were talking about it, and I was like, all right, cool. And I saw that she had got booed, and I was like, okay, I'm going to watch it. And they cut the boos on the replay.
It's on TMZ. It's on TMZ.
Oh.
If you guys want to see it, you can catch it on TMZ. They got that part.
So wait, you mean to tell me that it's on? It's still on TMZ right now?
It's on TMZ right now.
Okay, so I'm sure you got the clip. Here, y'all watch this. Let's see if you can hear the boos.
Check it out.
Kevin. Well, thank you. I know a lot of people make fun of your height. All right.
So that's what that was. But for me, I didn't want to hear anything she had to say. I think I heard her first 2 jokes and was like, She doesn't have that comedic thing going on for her. So
You didn't miss nothing. You didn't miss nothing after that.
So I fast forwarded through her. There were a couple of others that I was like, yeah, I don't really care. I don't think you're gonna be funny. Like Randy Moss. I love Randy Moss, but I was like, why would I?
Okay, let me ask you a question. Am I the only one who saw Randy Moss and automatically got nervous with the jokes that were going to be coming at him, surrounded by that many white folks? Like I was worried that not worried that he was going to be offended, worried that he might. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know what these white boys were getting ready to say, and I know he ain't going to stand up for it too long.
Randy from West Virginia, man, he's heard some of the work.
He's heard it all. You're absolutely right.
So he's heard some of the work.
My apologies, Mr. Moss. You're right. I didn't think about that.
I do think one of the things that caught me off guard was when Kevin mentioned the amount of blackface. He was like, "It's only like 5 black men up here." He was like, "Randy, me," and they looked over like Sam. He was like, "My bad, Sam." I was like, "Oh man!" Like that was one of my honorable mentions. That was one of my honorable mention moments. Like for him to call Sam J a man, like, that one touched my heart a little bit.
That's hilarious to me.
But yeah. So
hey, did Gronk scare you too? Did Gronk think like Gronk is every wild white boy I've ever met in my life wrapped into one,
if you
bro.
wondered if Gronk was gonna just go out there and like pull his dick out or something, like Gronk is
right
frat boy. He just a big ass frat boy.
He's a diesel Jim Belushi from Animal House. Like that's who he is. Like he's and I think he's honestly that. And I watched the episode of Shark Tank. He's got a brother who was trying to sell some I forgot what the product was. It was something around fitness, like a drink or something like that. And he's got him. It was Rob Gronkowski and his 4 brothers, and they're all like that, bro. Like it is a house full of Gronks, nigga, and it's crazy, bro.
That is dangerous.
Them white boys will do like, and they do and say whatever. The nigga turned around and smashed a shot glass on the stage, and I immediately thought there are people's faces that are stage height right there. You know what I'm saying? And if you freeze, I went back and watched it 13 times, just that spot, because I watched Tom Brady go, too far. You know what I'm saying? But nobody else seems surprised because it's like, that's Gronk. You know what I mean? That's Gronk.
But you know how many guys there are like that in locker rooms?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. There's a lot.
So this is that frat boy locker room culture. This is what Donald Trump was talking about when he said grab him by the. This is where that.
No,
this is where that
you
kind
will
of
not
life,
give that. You will not.
No,
give that.
But this is where that kind of life. Like when people talk, just locker room talk. Those are the kind of guys they're talking about.
Right. Yeah. You're
Those
right.
wild out, don't care guys.
Yeah.
That's where that comes from. So.
And you know what I did like though? Did you see how Kevin Hart was just like, yo, these white boys are going crazy. Everybody, what is it with all y'all? Everybody's dick.
That's what Doc called me about. Doc called me about. He was like, hey man, it's gonna be a lot of dick jokes. He was like, man, you know the white boys gonna come out there. But again, I went to school, like you saw with Randy and him from West Virginia. I went to school in West Virginia.
Yep.
Went up there, hung out. My parents took me out of public school, put me into predominantly white school for high school. So I'm used to hearing it a lot and never thought it was funny, never thought it was cool, but that's just the way that they are. So I expected it, especially for a roast with a bunch of football players coming up telling their jokes. And you hear it a lot with the white comedians anyway. The dick jokes and the borderline of homosexual stuff.
Not borderline. There was nothing borderline. Them niggas was full on, like, in case you didn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa.
That's just, whoa. Hey, no Diddy, nigga.
You're right.
Speaking of Diddy.
They full on Diddies.
Speaking of Diddy.
P. Diddy be wanting the body. And you gotta tell him no.
Gotta tell him no. Gotta tell him no.
You gotta tell him no. You gotta tell him no.
All right, so listen, man. What were your top call-outs? Did I miss any? Because I got bored with it. Like I felt like I
It
could
was too
tell
long. It was too long.
they were falling off at the end. Like it was getting. And then I'm surprised that Robert Kraft stood up and said anything.
Anything.
That was wild to me.
And I think the fact that they brought in some people at the end to bring the show back up, like when Schultz came out and when the Tony guy came out, I think that took it from a little bit of a lull and gave us something there. So for me, I'm gonna go with the start. Nikki Glazer.
Yep.
She made me go grab my pen and was like, hold on, this chick right here.
She has
terrible. When that chick came out there and the first thing she said, hey man, give it up for Kevin Hart. You got to give it to Kevin because he can't reach it.
Right. Yeah.
Let me go write that one down.
Beautiful. That's art.
Sam J talking to Drew Bledsoe, talking about him getting the ring. She was like, your ring is like my dildo. Just because you put it on doesn't mean it's real.
Yes.
Bro, like, all right, Sam. Her trying to give Tom Brady some coochie though.
That was great. That right there, the fact that everybody else was trying to rapid fire and I felt like Sam J took her time and built that up. Yeah. Oh, it was great. It was great. It was great.
And the whole setup of there, how it's gonna happen, what you're gonna do. Hey man, we high five each
You come in already hard. Like I ain't doing all that.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
and
man.
then Jeff Ross being he's a roast goat. He's on the level for me of Don Rickles and Greg Giraldo. If y'all know, if you remember Greg Giraldo, I know he's dead now, and rest his soul. The only things that he would do would be roast that anybody would really know him from. He had shows on TV and all that stuff, but when it came,
he was a good guest appearance on like some of these like not talk shows, but those interview shows. He was kind of a good comic relief to have as a guest on those shows.
He was definitely that, but when it came to a roast, he came up there and would insult everybody and didn't give not one of them. He had a pocket full of them and wouldn't give one of them.
Not one.
That was that guy. So just having Jeff Ross up there, like he is that. He's that Don Rickles, that Greg Giraldo type. If you have a roast, put him on. So Jeff, I give him his.
Yeah, definitely.
We already mentioned the Tony guy saying that, and again, Sam J, and I had to write it down. Sam J doesn't eat pussy. She, oh hell no.
No, that's the greatest line ever.
Pussy. Bruh, that
great.
And then Andrew Schultz going at Kevin Hart. When he said, he's best friends with The Rock, he said his dad was best friends with The Rock.
Yeah. Yeah.
That one right there gave me one. And Kev was like, hold on, bro. Like, you really gonna do this to me?
I really wish he wouldn't have said crack. I really wish he would have said, your dad's best friends with The Rock, and just waited.
Left it there.
because eventually people will remember Kevin Hart did these jokes about his dad on crack. And Kevin would have been the first one to break. And then everybody would have been like, oh, snap. Yeah. But
yeah. And then my last one was also Schultz. Talking about Bill has filmed more guys playing for the other side than Diddy. And with that, I was like, okay, I made it 3 hours.
Yeah,
it was worth it for those moments. And again, there were other moments in there, but these are the ones
the standouts.
Through my work day caught my ear. Was like, hold on, let me rewind that one. I got to write this one down. Like those were the ones. Like I tried that same method with KATT, and I came up with a blank page.
Listen, man, I'm telling you now, the way that they did that
maybe I missed the good jokes during my nap.
No, you didn't. But that roast was because like I was nervous about it because when you turn it on and you realize, like I don't know about anybody else, but if I turn on something on Netflix, right, I got Apple TV, so my little remote. And you don't push any buttons, really. You can just kind of scroll over and when you touch over top of it, it shows you the whole line to fast forward through. And that little number at the end is how long it is. I was like, yo, I think it was 2 hours and 59 minutes and some seconds. And I was like, yo, that's ridiculous. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be bad. So I put it on to be background for me typing while I'm sitting at my desk.
Right.
Bruh, I ended up literally lean back in my chair with looking at my computer screen like, yo, that's hilarious.
Oh, so you watched the whole way through?
I watched it straight through.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. For me, it definitely had to be some pauses and some. I'm working here, but I will say those 3 hours went by faster than that hour of KATT.
Yes.
So
because I tried with KATT. Like I really did, because I don't know what was in me that made me think this is not going to be good, but it's Katt Williams, so you bet on the fact that there's going to be something funny in there. Like it's going to be a lot of funny.
I expected it to be something good because the Club's Shay Shay interview was so good and entertaining and funny. It had moments. So I was expecting him to be able to build off of that momentum and give us something amazing. And it just did not feel.
It didn't come through.
Yeah, it didn't feel right for me. Yeah. Now, again, you guys may see it differently. So definitely if you got something to say it in the comments. We will tell you you're wrong.
Tell you why you're wrong. Yeah, exactly.
I'll tell you why you're wrong. Yeah, but we will allow you to express yourself in a public sphere, and we'll tell you you're wrong.
Right, we'll only allow you to express yourself in the public sphere because there's no way for us to stop that because we don't own YouTube. But I'm gonna tell you now, you say something stupid, please understand that I'm coming for you, and we are not scared of the smoke. So like if you want it, as long as everything stays respectful, you can come on. We will bring you on. We'll send you the link, and you can come on live with us and tell us why we're wrong, and then have us spend that entire episode telling you why you're wrong and dumb, dumb.
Because joke for joke,
you don't want these problems.
Yeah, I need you to just tell me the one that made you laugh, because you said you chuckled.
I did. What made me chuckle?
I missed the chuckle jokes.
You know what made me chuckle? And I laughed at it before, but it's the little blind boy playing football.
Okay. Hold on. Now, is that Katt Williams?
No,
or
it's not. It's not. And he didn't capitalize on it.
That's not fair.
No. The problem is he didn't capitalize on it because he could have done so much with that. There's so much he could have done with that, but all he did was look at it and then come back and go, and he plays against niggers, and niggers, they just out there quiet, and I'm like, yo, and then he played more into that voice than he ever did before. It was bad. It was annoyingly bad. Because we're used to that. I am a boy, Damon. Right. But he went into that and goes, well, I didn't know. And I was like, oh, God, bro, shut up.
And I think that, I'm like, I heard more laughs based on the little girl that sang Nationwide. Like it was
yes.
But that clip and he just went and found viral clips.
It's not his.
Bro, he should have played clips from Club Shay Shay.
If he would have taken those clips and the only thing he said about Shannon Sharpe was, yeah, I tried to be incognito and Shannon Sharpe's loudmouth. Like, come on, bro. Like, you ain't.
He was like, I'm gonna get right into it, and then said that, and then it was over. Like, bro, like.
And I hate that. I hate the fact, and maybe this is a flaw of mine, and probably a lot of y'all too. I hate the fact that I watched Chris Rock's live special waiting for the Will Smith for him to address Will Smith, and I hate the fact that I watched Katt Williams wanting him to keep addressing the Shannon Sharpe thing, because those are things that happened recently. But you got to remember, part of me is mad because they're comedians with a whole lot of talent and a lot of material. But the other half is the only reason you got this live that coming on right now is because of that type of stuff.
Right. It's because Netflix expected you to give the people what they wanted.
Right.
And do you know the next time something happens and they give a comedian this live stage, is he going to fumble it also? Or is Netflix going to say, nah, we're not doing that anymore? And I don't want them to say no the next time.
You know what the next live is going to be? Well, maybe not the next one, but you know what the biggest live is going to be? And I can see it coming. Eddie Murphy.
Wow.
Now, do I think that's going to happen in the next 12 months? No. But what I think is going to happen is, and this is me thinking the whole scenario through. What's happening right now? Because remember, he was talking about going back to stand up, and he was like,
He was.
before COVID, he's had said this in an interview recently, and by recently I mean it could have been within the last year or so. He's like, well, before COVID, he was dropping this movie, and I forgot which movie it was. He was dropping the movie.
Dolomite.
Yeah. And he was supposed to come right off of the heels of Dolomite and go back on the road and work out his material, and then he was going to do a stand-up special. Then COVID hit, and it shut everything down. And he's adamant that the only way to go back to doing it is to do it the right way, according to him, which is small clubs and work your way up and work your material. So what I think is about to happen, there are going to be rumblings and sightings of Eddie Murphy around comedy clubs. TMZ is going to break the news. They're going to see him walking out of the Laugh Factory or something like that. Right. And it's going to be like, hey, did he go up? And then there's going to be rumblings from people that he was there. And then you're going to start seeing him coming out. And then you're going to realize, like, wait, Dave Chappelle was there at the same time. Chris Rock was there at the same time. Kevin Hart was there at the same time. This one was there. Wait, what's going on? What's going on? Then it's going to be all the people online going, hey, we snuck our phone in to the Laugh Factory and saw Eddie Murphy on stage working some stuff out. And that's when I'm going to decide at that moment, when I see those clips, whether or not I want him to go and keep going or want him to sit down. Because it'll be disappointing to hear it and it'd be like, oh, that wasn't funny at all.
Hold on. So you're okay with seeing Eddie Murphy go out there and try and
nigga. I know
after he's been off the scene for however long, but a 60-year-old, you don't mind him going out there and get punched in the face by a 27-year-old.
You missed what I just said. What I just said. No. Listen to what I said. I said I'll see the clips of him on stage, and then I'll decide whether or not I want to see it. Just like I saw the clips. Based on those clips.
You've seen Mike Tyson.
Yep. Now I want him to go do it. Now, let's be real. You know what? Fine. Let's go ahead and do it. We talked about Netflix. We talked about all this. Let's go ahead and do it then. Let me explain something to you. What I'm telling you now is I was all in, 120% in on this fight between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul when I thought it was an exhibition. Now I'm at about 90% now. And the reason I lost that 30% is because it's a sanctioned bout. Now, a sanctioned bout.
It goes on your permanent record.
This only benefits Jake Paul. It only benefits him. The reason it benefits Jake Paul is because, number one, he's got the age advantage, the height advantage, and the reach advantage. Now, to his credit, Mike Tyson has never had a reach advantage or height advantage on anybody. You know what I'm saying? And he works that to his advantage. I watched an interview with what is the black dude? Dynamite. What is his name?
Which one?
Michael Jai White. Michael Jai White.
Okay, Mike.
Michael Jai White said he doesn't see Jake giving Mike Tyson a problem because he's like, he's like, Mike spent his whole career smothering you, getting in close and killing you to the body before he uppercut and that right hook to the head is ridiculous. And I see that. The only problem is now you're working with heavier gloves and no headgear, which, okay, cool. That might work in Mike's advantage with the no headgear because I think Mike Tyson can take a punch better than Jake Paul. But then again, Mike Tyson's not getting punched by another 60-year-old.
Can or could.
And that's a question. That's a big question. Like, can and could. I agree. I see where your apprehension is. I see where your concern is. And I'm with you on the concerns. But I'm trying to look at this like completely, totally rationally. Rationally. I can. Rationally.
No, you can't. Because you know why? Because Mike Tyson was your childhood, and that nostalgia of what Mike was is still in your head. Mike was so dominant 40 years ago.
Yep.
30 years ago that you cannot think that he could lose to this kid because
I don't. No. During exhibition, I was thinking there was no way in the world
Nobody's gonna
ever
get hurt.
that Mike could lose with
But now
a real
you see this
sanction.
kid-
I'm thinking that
He knocked people out before.
Yeah, but I saw him, and here's the thing: he's knocked out people who don't have a boxing pedigree. You understand what I'm
But
saying?
they have
He's
getting
not
hit in the face. They have get hit in the face pedigree.
right, but they also don't have the ability to get out of the way of getting hit in the face. So you see what I'm saying?
Neither does a 60-year-old.
You don't know that. Like he looks like he can. But even if I take that away, I still look at it like he's got the skill set. Now, can he still implement that skill set at 60? You see what I'm saying? So I see where you're coming from. What I'm saying is the people that Jake Paul is knocking out never had the skill set.
Never.
You see what I'm
But
saying?
they're fighters. They're fighters.
So
It's not the boxing thing. It's not the boxing.
it is the boxing thing. It has to be the boxing thing.
They do a little bit of boxing. They're trained to get away from strikes.
Right.
They're trained to get away from punches and kicks.
Usually not on their feet. You got to remember, when you talk about MMA, 90% of the time, they're trying to get away from strikes, but from their back or from a different position on the ground, not standing toe to toe.
Most of the ones he fought were stand-up guys. I know Silva was a stand-up.
Who leaned heavily on his kicks. Silva really depended a lot on his kicks and then being able to grapple and take you down, or either being able to strike from the waist down to your head without you seeing it coming. You took all that away from Anderson Silva, and now him standing up trying to throw punches, you saw how awkward he looked.
So, God, when something goes wrong with Mike Tyson on this fight, just remember Tommy with an H was against it from the beginning. And Tech, he was hoping that Mike died. Check the commercial.
Whoa. What up? It's your boy Big Tech Dog, your favorite friendly, lovable loudmouth. I'm the co-host of the Let's Get Canceled podcast. Listen, man, we appreciate everything that you've done for us so far, all right? Y'all have been rocking with us from the beginning. Even in this short period of time, man, y'all have been right there with us. But now it's time to take it to the next level, all right? If you like what you're seeing right now and you want to see more content like this, make sure that you hit that like and subscribe button. Hit the bell notification in YouTube so you get notified every time we go live. And share this on your social media platform. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Anywhere that you catch us, make sure that you share it with your followers, all right? We appreciate you. Peace. Yo, as you can see, man, we say like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time that we go live, man. We appreciate all the support that we've already gotten. Make sure if you're in here, if you're watching this and you like what you're seeing, don't be selfish. Don't be selfish. Tell somebody else about it. Share it with your friends on your social media sites, all right? We appreciate y'all, man. It's all love. So, Tommy.
Yes, sir.
Our main story for the night, and even though we've had a lot already, but our main story, we're gonna cut it down a little bit for him. All right.
Yeah.
You and I both have searched out some clips from some controversial characters online, right? And we took those controversies and we just took a couple clips and we're gonna show them to each other tonight, and we're gonna give our honest reactions to what's going on in some of these clips. All right.
Let's do it.
All right, bet. So the first one that I'm gonna play, I'm gonna show you. It's an interview with Kanye West or Ye. Nothing too controversial.
Hold on. Quick question.
Yes, sir.
Is this before Donda died or after Donda died?
Oh, this is batshit crazy, Kanye. There's no doubt about it. But
I need to prepare myself. I need to prepare myself for what I'm about to do.
This is not college dropout, Ye. This is long after.
Okay,
all right,
let's do it.
Here we go. So check this out.
Why do you talk so much about money nowadays, man? I used to look at you as like a real revolutionary. You know, real revolutionaries didn't need money to change the world. Malcolm X wasn't rich. Martin Luther King Jr. wasn't rich. Like, I don't understand why everything is so much about money and stuff to you now.
Because you need product. You need to own something to have a voice at this point. Because I'm telling
You
you,
already got. You don't need to own something to have a voice. Yeah, you had a voice when you got on stage and you then said George Bush don't care about black people. You was using your voice. You don't need money to have a voice.
I could use my voice, but what happened if y'all don't buy no other albums? Then that voice, people gonna say, oh, he like Arsenio Hall, and he was turning up too much, and now you fired. But when you got money, can't nobody fire you.
No.
So that was Kanye West. Now, in hindsight is 2020.
Mm-hmm.
In hindsight, we should have listened to that and realized that what y'all thought Kanye West was, he wasn't. I'll tell you what I mean. All right. We thought after with College Dropout, he was speaking on some, I don't have to be like everybody else. I'm an individual, and this is how you can, it's cool to just be you, and it's cool to just do, okay. And I was like, yo, I like that, because he came out at a time where everything was money, drugs, hoes, you know what I'm saying? And he was just...
He said, back when pink polos would hurt the rock before... What he say? The doors was closed. I felt like Bad Boy Street Team. I couldn't work the locks.
Like, right? Yep.
He was definitely speaking. Yep.
He was doing his thing, and then he had the Hurricane Katrina thing, and he stood there, and George Bush doesn't care about black people.
And Michael Myers looked so shook.
Sick. Not only Mike Myers, Chris Tucker looked sick too. Sick was like that nigga's eyes was that big. He said, and so I could just imagine the people in the back room that working the cameras go, find somebody else. Get off of Chris. You know what I'm saying? So, and he did all that, and that made us think that, you know what, this dude is really thinking, and he's far ahead. But then he had this influx of money, and he became a different animal. And what I think he realized is that the party or the group of people that he was affiliated with, maybe just by default, you know what I'm saying, politically or whatever, by default, because you just look at a rapper and you automatically assume Democrat. You know what I'm saying? So he realized that their values no longer aligned with his.
Right. And
so he started to value materials more than he valued the message. And that's where Kanye lost me. Now, I will never, ever, ever, ever take away from his musical legacy. Like I won't ever take away from Bill Cosby's comedic legacy. I'll never take away from what's his name? Def Jam Russell Simmons' musical legacy. I won't take away from Kel's musical legacy. But I can separate the two. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. I think their music and their art was great. I think they are all terrible human beings. There, I said it. So, and the one that's the most hurtful to my culture and to my people, out of all four of them, is Kanye West.
I'm gonna take this a different way with the Kanye, because based on the way Charlemagne was coming to him and where he started with it. When he says you talk about money a lot, and he says you need product,
right,
to have influence. Martin Luther King didn't have any money. Malcolm X didn't have any money. Those sorts of things. But during those times, there was not a need for the flex.
True.
Kanye West understands where we are right now, and what the people who he's attempting to influence respect is the flex. They respect the product. They respect the dope boys. Like, there was a time where drug dealers were not smiled upon, and now the drug dealer, the felon, those guys are the leaders in the community now. So you got to have something, because nobody's listening to you if you don't have anything. These days, nobody is listening to you if you don't have it. We have built ourselves in our community, especially, to where if you don't have no bread, we're not going to listen to you. We don't respect you. We don't care. That's where Kanye West started. It's the fact that I got bread. So that's why all of these people are willing to defend me, because I got money.
Yeah, but that's
I'm
not.
able to. I'm able to say these outlandish things because I've got this money.
There is no intent behind it. Like there is no. You got to remember, like the example you're using as far as needing to have money and to appear like you have a whole lot, whether you have
Yes.
it or not. And that's the only way people will listen to you. I would take that if he used that platform as now I've got all this stuff, so let me explain to you how to better us as a people.
So you
But
don't like
no,
you don't like the message coming out of Kanye. You don't
he
have to
used,
like his message.
he
What he's
focused on
saying
no,
is,
he
I got
focused
all
on
this stuff.
getting,
I can say what I want.
He said I can say what I want, but it wasn't I can say what I want. It was I can say what I want because and you can't do anything about it.
You can't
The
fire him.
gap, you can't fire me. The next day he was fired. Like, but it's not, you know what I'm saying? Like it became about the stuff without it being about the stuff being a platform from which I can give a message. You
Because
understand
his
what I'm saying?
message changed. His message changed.
His message became the stuff. His message became the stuff. And
His
it was
message
his
became, I am a God, and I get to say everything that
no, his message was
my
never about I can
freedom.
say his it wasn't about his freedom to say, it was about I am a God. And there is a difference. Now, he would say stuff like, oh, they want to cancel me because I wear the MAGA hat. It was never about the MAGA hat to him. Because I don't think that he had a platform or a real pull towards MAGA. I think it was a pull towards the controversy
Yes.
that the MAGA hat brought.
Yes.
So
And
he never had a platform. He used to have a platform of black people are more than just thugs, gangbangers, and pimps and hoes. He had a platform of, hey, they don't care about us. We need to come together, whatever. And then that platform and that message from those platforms changed when his platform changed. When his platform changed, it became about look at me, look at what I do, look at how I'm good, how good I am. And I think that's what Charlemagne was getting at. And that he's like, yo, bro, you used to be able to, you know what I'm saying? Like you used to be this, and now you're talking about, well, I got to have money. Well, you got billionaire status, and what did you do with it? You talked about how much of a billionaire you were. You never had another message. You never had a message.
That's all, his message is I can do what I want to do. You get enough money, you can do what you want to do.
Yeah.
That's his message. That's his platform now.
Well, it's a
You make
terrible
enough money,
message.
you can do whatever you want to do. And look at me. They gave me this money, and then they took my money. They fired me, but they still owe me money.
Yeah.
And I still get to do whatever I want, and I'm still in your face. Now the MAGA hat thing, slavery was a choice thing. I get to say whatever I want, and you guys could be mad, and I don't care because I have money.
Right.
And that's what I do not like about the message. I understand the message is you're not listening to me. If he was poor, nobody would care about what Kanye West had to say.
True.
However, he is not poor.
Right.
And everything he says now moves the needle.
Now, let me ask you this then. From that standpoint, do you think that, and this is a two-part question, do you think that as black people, if you are ever given that platform, that you must speak on the plight of other black people who are not as fortunate? And if so, why is that incumbent upon black people and not other races?
I think you should. And the reason I think you should is because nobody else speaks up for us.
Great.
Other communities, they will speak up for their own. You say something about the Jewish community, you've got the Defamation League that pops up everywhere. When they were making The Godfather, there was the anti-Italian League that popped up out there to say something about them.
Right.
When it comes to talking about black folks, nobody cares. NAACP, who cares? What can they change? Everybody else has power somewhere along the way that they're able to stop something from happening that's going to affect your bottom line.
I agree.
And you must now stop or else.
So
The
that's that.
LGBTQ, how do you give them all? Tell
The
me.
LGBTQAI plus.
Them. Say something about them.
The alphabet people.
They have a conglomerate behind them that will come and turn your world upside down.
That is true.
Say something about colored folks. Guess what's happening?
You might get a couple head nods. That's about it.
Right. We're going to go on Black Twitter and we're going to bash you. We're still going to buy your stuff. We don't stick together. So when you get to this potential of having some sort of power, I think it is a responsibility of yours to make sure that you care for the powerless. But
okay, so that question you answered in reverse, which I understood. So what you're saying, my question was, must we? Do we have to stand up?
I can't say we have to because we don't have to do anything like the law is self-preservation. So you got to do what you got to do for yourself. Like the have to is me and mine, but the responsibility is a should. And you should do these things to ensure that the next generation of us and those who are the most vulnerable are cared for in a particular way. But what happens is that self-preservation portion comes, especially in the Black community. I got to make sure I'm good because y'all ain't gonna do nothing for me, y'all. So I understand a lot of that, but it's just not in me. I'm not that, but I can understand. And with your question there, but should definitely, definitely should. Definitely should.
That reminds me of when I was younger and I was doing music, my pops created a company that was a management company for me and the guys that I was in the group with. And then we ended up getting other artists in this company. And we were really moving around Central Florida. And one guy who came on just strictly as a writer, and he wrote this song, beautiful song. He passed away a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago now. But he wrote this beautiful song, and it was "We Will Stand," and it really started out about the whole 9/11 thing, but then we ran into police killing, and it just kept. So what he did was we shot a video for that, or we created a video for it and the song and all this stuff, and it was just during the song, it was like picture after picture, headline after headline of young Black men dying. Right? It was pretty. It was a good song, good video. It did pretty well online, and then my pops got a call from a friend of the family. You know this person. She's a police chief.
Okay.
You know who I'm talking about.
I do.
Okay. So she's a church friend. She's in the church, and she's also a police chief. She spoke to my pops, and she had seen it, and she said it was really nice. She liked it, and she said, "But can you do one for from the other side with the police, showing the police how they do the stuff?" Me and my dad had a talk. He said she wants to know if we can do one to show the cops in a positive light, and I said no.
I say no too.
And the reason I said no, I understood why he was saying it's a possibility. He didn't tell me I had to do it or not do it.
Right.
I could understand why he would see it as a possibility because we have police officers in our family, and we have police officers who are close family friends, church friends, everything. And we don't hold any animosity to every cop.
Right.
But my statement to him was because if something happens to a cop, they've got the police association. They've got all these different things that are behind them, and everybody thinks that whoever did it is the worst person in the world. They've got a lot of backup. If they do it to one of us, we don't have that. So This is
So
my
they do it to us. It's a bad apple, as
Right.
opposed to the when it's done the opposite. So yeah, indeed.
exactly. And so I stood on. I was just like, no, because this is our way of standing up for people who don't have anybody to stand up for them. You already got somebody to stand up for you. Not saying that they shouldn't stand up for you. I don't know.
Right.
Whatever. I'm just saying we ain't got nothing over here. So this is what we're gonna do. Like, and
This is where we're gonna stand. Right.
this is where we're standing. And the name of the song was "We Will Stand," and it was a great song. I got to try and find it again, and because I didn't own the song, we didn't own the song. The song actually helped him get signed and all this other stuff. But I'll try and find the clip, the video, and if we find it, we'll put it in the description so you can click on it. But anyway, so yeah, I like what you said on that. That's cool. But that was my first shot across the bow. What about you? What's the first one you going with? Your first clip.
First one we're gonna go to. I know you don't like this man, and I'm gonna go with rest in peace. Dr. Kevin Samuels.
Dr. Kevin Samuels.
Dr. Samuels.
Okay.
So we're gonna rock the Kevin Samuels. So go ahead and we're gonna plop that up on the screen and y'all take a listen to that.
I'm gonna play this one full screen. Here you go. Watch this.
Yeah, play it out.
You weigh more than a man at your height. True or false?
I'm
True or
around a
false?
lot of chubby dudes, so
No, but okay. How much do you weigh?
220.
I weigh 210 and I'm 6'4". You broke the first rule. See, you ladies don't mind breaking the rules. The men are visual. The men want women that are fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive. I don't mind being the size of, I'm sorry, you're 5'8"?
I'm 5'8".
You're about the size of Emmitt Smith or Barry Sanders was. You're a running back size.
Okay.
You can hit the A gap like a motherfucker.
Okay. All right. I accept
So don't
that.
come in here and talk about what men should not be able to do when they got to accept somebody who can run out the power I.
Okay.
I mean,
All
I'm being
right, but
silly.
At the same time, no.
I'm being
Because
silly
because
but I'm being silly because to make a point that modern women are so full of righteous indignation, what you are and ain't going to accept and all this other kind of stuff, when you're not even what most men want.
no, and I'm working on that. You said I'm 23. You said that I have until like 25.
There's no reason to be 23 and 220 pounds, man. You ain't had no babies. There's absolutely no reason to justify, unless it's glandular that you got a doctor's note for. There's absolutely no reason.
Oh my God, bro. Oh my God.
You can hit the
Oh my God. That nigga said, what are you, 5'8"? 5'8", you Barry Sanders, Emmitt Smith side.
That nigga said you can roll out the power I.
Yo, that was, oh Jesus.
Okay. So now y'all know what kind of shit I be on. Y'all know what kind of shit I be on.
Jeez.
This is what I bring to the table. This is what, so cuz
No, don't pull me in this. You go all by yourself. Don't pull me in this. Do not.
no, this clip is I get to ask you a question about the clip.
Go ahead, ask me the question. Go ahead, ask me the question. God dog.
All right, cousin.
Yeah.
The way, and I'm not going to even talk about exactly what he said, but the way that this man talks to women.
Oh God.
Do you find it helpful? I know you don't find it appropriate, but do you find it helpful to women at all?
At all?
At all?
Yes.
Do you find it? Do
Yes.
you think it's helpful at all?
Yes.
At all?
Yes. If you're gonna put that caveat on it as at all, yes, because I think there are people that and in general, people, specifically women, who listen to that type of speech. This is the same reason that I think people stay in churches sometimes when the pastor is extremely abusive, like verbally abusive, like where you find out something about you and to preach on you directly to you, and then you know what I'm saying. Like, so I think for some people, they get off on that. They like that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You can't talk to me any kind of way, like just straight up. But this particular person, the lady in this particular clip, she appeared receptive. Like, and that was shocking to me about that clip. She appears like, okay, well, yeah. Well, you said I got till 25. I'm 22. That nigga said there's no reason for you to be 22 and 220 pounds. Like, I thought he was going to say that's too many twos all right behind each other.
Nigga, room 222.
Right. Jesus. But she seemed like she was receptive to it, which is amazing and shocking to me. But hey, it is what it is. Some people take that type of stuff and they're cool with it. Other people are not. I'm just one of those people who, if you talk to my daughter or my wife or my sisters or my mama like that, we're gonna have a problem.
I think it's verbally abusive. I think that is I think the way that he broke things down, and people take it as honesty, and I understand honesty, but there has to be a point of compassion somewhere. Like, everything that's on your mind doesn't have to come off. You don't have to say everything that comes that way.
Yep.
It's as hilarious as I think it is,
and it is.
It's
embarrassing.
And it is. It's hilarious. But to embarrass someone in that particular way is, in a public way,
right?
It is not the right way to do that. And I do not think in any circumstance that is helpful to anyone. Again, I think it's hilarious. Now, here's my thing.
Uh-oh.
You're the type of mug that says things like this, though. You're the one that speaks it the way that you see it and feel it.
No. Listen, I am. It takes me a minute to get to the point where it's just, here's plain flat out. This is what it is. Because again, I try to anticipate how someone's going to receive what I say. I usually am very, very, very careful about the way that I say things or what I say. Now, and I also don't subscribe to the fact that, oh, I'm not responsible for how you take it. I'm just responsible for what I said. No, that's not true. It's if I'm trying to get something across to you, it is my responsibility to get it across in a way where you're going to be able to accept it, absorb it, and utilize it. Right? Now, there is a time where I am trying that from all different angles, and you are actively pushing back. Now, once you start actively pushing back, well, guess what? Now I'm just going to say it plainly, and let the chips fall where they may. However it affects you is just how it's going to affect you. Now, I'm working on it. My wife tells me I need to work on it. You know what I'm saying? Because like, I will get going and just be like, yo, and
then it just comes out.
It just comes out. Right.
It just comes out.
And I try not to call people stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, there's just some stupid people in this world. You know what I mean? Like, it's just too much. I can't do it. So I'm different than Kevin Samuels, though, because I think Kevin Samuels found out that when he says it plain like that, the person who he's talking to is less of a factor than the people who, like us, who are watching at home going, oh!
Right.
So now
that's going to bring the people. It's the
exactly.
shock factor that's going to bring the people.
Exactly.
And for me, a lot of people think I'm a jackass. They really do. They were like, oh.
No, I couldn't. Yeah. What? You?
I can't believe it either, right? I can't believe it either. Because I do say things. However, I was raised by a man that says you can say the right thing
the wrong way,
and you're still in the wrong.
Salute, Unc.
And I take that to say also you can say the right thing at the wrong time.
True.
And you still be wrong.
Wow. Yeah.
And again, I was raised that way, so a lot of that is still in me to try to not fully give people my whole opinion. But there are times when I get to a point where you got to get it how you got to get it how you get it. You have to. Sometimes you need to hear it plainly. Now, I try my best not to do this in front of company, and I mean that in front of, like, if it's going to be something that I say, I don't want some outsiders or somebody else who's not involved in this to know it. So I try my best to pull your coat. Tell them, like, hey man, come in, let me holler at you for a second.
I hear you. Yeah.
However, if you act a donkey on the streets, you act a donkey on the streets, you got to beat you on the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just one of those things. So
you right. You
preach. So for Kevin, for someone to come to you and ask for your advice, though, I don't think it's ever appropriate to strip them down in front of the world that way. There are better ways to make your points than to completely strip them down in front of your audience for your benefit. I don't think he benefited her in that particular moment. I'm
But I
pretty
don't think
sure
she was looking for
after she
benefit.
finished with him, I need to go find her right now because I'm pretty sure she may be about 250, 275 by now, based on the way that went. She went and ate the Haagen-Dazs men, Hog and Dazs. I'm pretty sure she smashed the Hogs and the Dogs. But after that,
wait. You're not just great breeze over that. Listen. Let me ask you this question. Let me ask you, number one, as a caveat to that, I don't think she went to him because by this time in this clip, I'm sure Kevin Samuels was known for doing exactly what he did in that clip. And so she came there fully knowing what he was about to say to her. Now, the one thing that I loved about Kevin Samuels was that there was a lot of girls who thought they were 10s and left that conversation knowing that they were 4s. You understand what I'm saying? So that's something different. But let me ask you this question because you made a good point about saying the right thing at the wrong time and it's still being wrong. Now, I am a firm believer that it can't go the other way. You can never say the wrong thing at the right time and make it right.
Right.
You're still wrong. But
Right.
let me ask, do you think that you've gotten into more controversy by saying the right thing at the wrong time, or saying the right thing the wrong way, or saying the right thing in the wrong space?
For me, it's just saying the right thing, period. People don't like to hear the truth from me.
This nigga.
and probably because I said the right thing the wrong way. No. I can't say I say it the wrong way. I say it the wrong way for them.
If you're trying, wait, no, it's got to be the wrong way.
They took it the wrong way because they weren't ready to hear it.
Nope. If they weren't ready to hear it and you said it, then it goes from the wrong way to the wrong time. Because you got to remember, it's got to be. It's got to be.
It's the right time because if I said it, it was the right time. They weren't ready to hear it. They needed to hear it, and that's what it is. Because you're not ready to hear it doesn't mean it doesn't need to be said to you.
Okay, yeah, I got you with that one. Yep.
And when I speak, I'm gonna tell you at the right time that you need to hear it. I'm gonna say it to you in a soft enough way that you can accept it. However, you mad with me because it came from me.
Somehow, some way, you have turned this into me defending Kevin Samuels, and that's
you always end up on the side of the wrong.
Oh my God! But listen, I completely.
Jamie Foxx, you always.
Don't do it! Don't do it! We're not doing that. We're not doing that. No, we go in there.
We're gonna button this one up. I'm gonna let you finish on this one.
So to wrap up, I do not agree with Kevin Samuels on 99.9% of the things that he says. However, in this situation, I think if you're you and someone comes to you for you to be you, then am I or anybody else to critique you walking into, like, if you walked in there to a dude who's slapping people and you get slapped, I can't feel bad for you. You went there and you knew what you was getting ready to come out with. But overall, Kevin Samuels has a different, or had, rest in peace, he had a different idea of what a man was than I do, I think, and what a high value man was, in my opinion, and what beauty is, in my opinion. So, go ahead.
And I'm sorry, I said I was gonna let you finish it, but
no, you finish it up.
For me, his point of high value men meant rich men.
Yep.
And that, to that point, there's a lot of rich assholes, and there's a lot of good niggas. There's a lot of good niggas with good hearts that's making minimum wage.
Yes, sir.
And it's up to you women to decide if you're gonna want the rich nigga that don't care or the nigga that's gonna give you everything he got. So that's my point on that one. And I'm done. But my next one's gonna be even a little bit in that same vein.
It's gonna be worse.
Welcome to my show.
Yes, sir.
Now, you go ahead and give me your next one.
So listen, I'm gonna cut this short. I'm gonna go straight to the most outlandish one that I got. Okay, So
Have that.
and this one I'm going to
Yeah,
play.
cause we running super long here, so yeah, let's go ahead and get these out.
I'm gonna play this full screen for you too. Y'all check this out.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Look at this young Negro right here, man, over here looking like a damn 14-year-old girl, man. Stop it, man. That's a damn shame, man. And then you got 2 girls with them hyping them up. That's the problem with our women right there. They talk about they want a good man, but they hype up niggas being homosexuality, man. That don't make any damn sense. Bring your little ass across the track. I know. We calling our asses out.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, listen, if you don't know, if you're not ready for a screaming match and you see a group of black Hebrew Israelites on the corner, just keep going straight. You can take the next right. Like you don't got to turn there because you will be in some problems. Like, trust me. Like these dudes, like, let me give a little bit backstory, and then I'm gonna let you address this right here.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, these Hebrew Israelites, as they do, they stand on the corner and they preach what they feel to be the truth, and it is extremely Afrocentric. That's the easiest, nicest way I could say that. All right, and they saw this going on. This young man with these 2 young ladies. Who this young man's got a halter top on, and Daisy Dukes, and he said, "You support these men being homosexuality."
That made me laugh.
That did. I giggled. All right, so go ahead, Tommy. Tell me what you think about this clip.
Okay, if you don't think somebody's going to say something about that, yeah, you should have known somebody was going to talk. Now, these Negroes with these microphones that say whatever they feel like saying.
Woo! Talk about let's get canceled.
That young man wasn't harming anybody. That young man was not aggressive with anybody. These little black girls gonna stand up for their gay boys. They gonna stand up for them. You saw girls come across that street. They are always ready for action about their gay friends. Always ready for action. And I applaud them for standing up for their friends. However, that young man knew what could potentially take place based on him being outside like that. But like we were saying with Kevin Samuels, just because you got a microphone don't mean you have to go and do it like that. There would have been a much better way, especially as a religious organization, to have someone go over there and speak to this young man individually, as opposed to putting him on blast. Because that young man right there, at that particular point, just like old girl when he smashed Hog and Dawes, just imagine what he did.
Listen, I think that I think I slightly disagree with you when it comes to he knew people were going to talk because he came out the house like that. And this is well, I mean, not necessarily just like that. I think he knew people were going to talk. I think the greater question is, should they? Should they be at this point in this day and time? Are we surprised when we see anything out there no more? You know what I'm saying? Like the whole way we got the name of this show was pulling up in the parking lot of a liquor store and seeing worse than that walk out the store.
Yeah.
So, and no offense when I say worse than that, y'all get over it. So listen, but you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, okay, now I agree with you. If forget religious organization, if you're anybody and you decide to get you a bullhorn and your goal is anybody that walks past you that you don't agree with how they look or what they do with their lifestyle, or all the time, and you're going to yell and shout them down, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah. That pretty much sealed that one for them. That wasn't appropriate on any level. Again, if you want to correct someone, and I think I mentioned this to you before. What it reminds me of is those old church mothers who would see a girl come in with a short skirt and they would call them out in front of the entire congregation. Yeah. These are the things that I'm seeing from them, and I didn't feel it was right in the church. I don't feel it's right on the streets. There are ways to correct. And we were just speaking of saying the right thing at the wrong time or the wrong way. Like, this isn't the time or place for that. Like to point out something like that. Like, you can mention it. You don't have to call him out. You can mention, hey, they're promoting homosexuality. You can do all of that without pointing him out. You could speak on something in general without directing attention towards him, just like those church mothers could do without bringing these girls to the front of the church and let them look at her skirt. She got a whole cat hanging out of here, and she's gonna distract everybody. Like, these are things that I've seen growing up, so I understand. Like,
they were distracted.
Understand, and you know what those girls did after they left that church with them short skirts on?
Came out to the car with me.
All I know is them skirts was on their back. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I know. Them skirts was on their back.
I didn't even notice that her cat was hanging out until she said so. I'm like, oh, what is that?
Bring it over here. Hey, but yeah, so that's where we are with this. And so you got to get my last one.
Hold on, wait, before you move on, like I do want to say this. And I had this argument with somebody else about church mothers in general. Mm-hmm. Back in the day, they call you out in front of everybody. But the difference in God, I don't know if I want to do this or not. I'm gonna do it. So there was a mother in the church recently that I had interactions with, and we had a young lady who came off the street, like real hood chick, and she's a preacher and missionary now, but she came off the streets and like she didn't know what she was supposed to wear and stuff like that, and the church mother was like, oh, she's doing this. Now, she didn't do it across the microphone in front of everybody, but she did it, in my opinion, which was worse, which was she had those private conversations with everybody else about the girl. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, that's not cool. And what I remember of the church mothers when I was growing up was they'd ridicule you in front of everybody, but that was the same one who, after church, she put her arm around you, like, look, baby, now you know I love you. Here, take this butterscotch.
And told you everything that she expected of you.
Right. And then when she saw you making strides toward it, she might still fuss like, you ain't do it, you ain't get it right, you ain't get it. But she's gonna be like, ooh, baby, you did that. And every little thing she gonna congratulate you.
But she gonna come back on that same microphone and tell you in front of everybody, you saw when she came in here. Look at her now.
Right. And see, and that's the thing. When I worked in behavioral health, and we had to do physical interventions sometimes, like kids, people just throwing chairs and doing whatever. You got to restrain them physically. My only rule with those restraints was absolutely, if I'm the one who has to restrain somebody and I'm the one who has to put them in that confinement room, like to get them away from everybody else, I'm the one who stays there with them, and I'm the one who does the decomp with them and talk them through it, and I'm the one that brings them back out of that room.
Right.
Because they can't. The only interaction you have with somebody cannot be just negative. You can't do it because you can't leave somebody with just that, because that's all you are to them at that point. So now what you say or what you're trying to convey to them and what you're trying to teach them does not matter, because the only thing they've got from you is negative.
Right. So that's all they're going to remember you for is the negative. So
absolutely.
Yeah, I'm definitely with you on that. So
cool. So what's your last one, boss?
My last one is another dead person. It's another dead person.
All your people dead?
And put them full screen. I'm sorry. I find the best things coming from our dead people. But comedian Patrice O'Neal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Y'all just take a look, listen, and we're going to come back and we're going to talk about it.
Yes, sir. Yo.
Cousin.
Rest in peace, Patrice O'Neal. No,
rest in peace, but hey, one of the greats. And
there were so many jewels dropped in that
so many jewels. And ladies, that's your piece of game for the night. I got something later for the guys, but ladies, that's your piece of game. That's your sprinkle of game for the night. It's coming straight from Patrice O'Neal.
Oh,
because do you agree? Do you agree at all? I
do, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because now I don't agree that you don't like your spouse anymore once you're in love. I am. So this is what I do agree with. I agree that I think men and women value different things.
Definitely.
Watch how I work this. So men and women value different things. So to a man, whatever you're focused on at that moment, that's important. It doesn't mean that your spouse or your significant other is no longer important at all. It's just this is important right now. To women, a lot of times it seems that they think that if you don't show me that I'm important at all times, then there is no time that you think that I'm important. So to use his example, right? He was trying to watch the game. And now ain't that better? To her, she's making it better. And for him, it's making it worse. And the thing is that you can, as a man, fellas, y'all felt that, right? You felt when he was sitting there.
Every dude felt
and
that.
You're like, oh my God. Because what you're feeling is not the uncomfortability. What you're feeling is the knowing that you can't say anything about any of the stuff that's going on.
You can't laugh.
Nope. The only answer to ain't that better is yeah, baby. You know what I'm saying? So you get stuck in an uncomfortable position that you don't want to be in, all in an effort to keep the peace and to make her happy.
To keep being able to do what you were doing before.
Right, because if your response is no, that's not better, you're making it worse, now you're never going to see the rest of that game. You know why?
No,
because now you got to talk about that now. You know what I'm saying?
So what I took from it and completely understood was men like to be alone.
From time to time we do, yeah, absolutely.
There are times where I just want to know you're in the house. I don't want to have to see you. Hey, I just want to be alone. I just want to, hey, right now, while I'm doing whatever it is I'm doing, watching this game, playing my game on my phone, trying to figure out something on my computer, I would hate for you to not be in this house.
Right.
But if you're here, just don't be in this room.
Right.
And that I felt in such a way. But again, the women, it's often. You can't have that often. But
right. You can't do it all the time.
No. But there is a time that ladies, sometimes you're there, but not there.
It's true.
And I'm gonna leave that. But elephant in the room, I was trying to find a particular clip that I was gonna probably be in trouble about, and I'm just gonna tell y'all about it before I move on to the sprinkler game from the guys. For the guys.
Hey, wait. Just give me 1 second.
No.
Nope. I'm not doing it yet. But you're gonna be on there by yourself because I don't want to have anything to do with it. Whatever ladies and gentlemen, hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, I have no idea what he's about to say. I am fearful, and let's just take a moment, fellas. If your old lady's in the room, just leave the room. You got to go to the stove. Put it on your phone. Get in your car. I'm telling you now because whatever he's getting ready to say is going to spark a conversation that you probably don't want to have right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Tommy with an H.
I'm gonna take it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you this. And then I'm just going to fold on over into the sprinkler game. So, ladies, dang. Patrice O'Neal said, I'm going to give it to him. I have to, but it's something that you ladies need to understand fully. He said, vagina does not age like wine. It ages like milk.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
So please understand, baby.
Oh my God!
It ain't getting no better.
Oh my God!
So don't let him have it. All right, fellas. Check.
No,
hey,
you just wait. You just. We made it out of a clip that could have been extremely controversial, and we made it out unscathed. I thought I did a pretty good explanation, and you came about, and it was pretty good, and we was even, and it was no offense, and you had to go back and get the other one. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Tommy with an H.
Hey, stop holding on to it, baby. Stop holding on to it. So hold on to it.
my
Hey, you gotta
God.
pop that cork, baby.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's Tommy with an H right there. And about this time, it's about that time. Y'all know what it is. At the end of every episode, we try to do a little something for you, and we give you a little piece of the game. And tonight, it is Tommy with an H with his sprinkler game. Go ahead and give it to him, Tom.
All right, again, this is for the guys. This is for the guys. We just gave the ladies their game for the night, so I'm gonna give it to you guys. And this is for you guys that don't want to take pills, don't want to take them stay hards, don't want to you know what I'm saying, deal with all that. For you, the ladies call us Minute Men. The ladies call us Minute Men. I learned this a long time ago, bro. If you suck the box for enough time, when you start to feel a leg start to shake, go and put your Johnson in then. And everything that happens after that, she's gonna attribute to your Johnson. So me, I'm a 90 seconds of pure pleasure type of dude, but I make sure that before that 90 seconds happens, I have gotten her to the point that my 90 seconds is gonna feel like forever. And then all is well with the world. So guys, don't feel bad when she talk that trash to you and be like, oh, you ain't bro. There is a method to the madness where you can get her where she's trying to go in a bunch of different ways. And then finish her off with the magic stick. She's gonna remember that he did here. That's just my game for the guy. Hey guys, you don't have to go out there and try to. You don't have to go out there and try to kill her. You don't gotta go out there and try to kill her and put your whole thing through her back, bro.
Oh God!
Calm down, man. About 17 minutes of this right here, and then be on your way, man. 25 minutes, man. Get on your way. Everybody's happy. Everybody's happy. We got things to do. Hey, man, we grown folks.
Oh man.
So, that's my sprinkler game for the day, cousin.
No, yeah. Oh, yo, man, what up, man?
We haven't been canceled yet, so we got to do this again. All right.
We gonna have to do it again, man. Hey, yo, everybody, thank y'all so much for sticking with us, for supporting us. We appreciate every one of y'all. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, whatever you have to say. If Tommy has gone too far tonight, y'all, please let him know in the comment section below.
I love y'all for real. I love y'all
now,
for real.
We're going to go out with this last little video right here, man. So y'all check it out. Tell us what you think about it in the comments, all right? Peace. Love y'all.
Love y'all.
You don't get creepy. You get hornier as you get older. It's weird. You want to do all your sexing between the ages of 30 and 50. That's when you want it. But here's how sad things are. The value of vagina is only good from 18 to 29. Pussy get old like bread, not like wine.
If I had cancer, they tell me to pray and go see my oncologist.
Mm-hmm.
If I got high blood pressure, they tell me to pray and do what my doctor told me to do.
But if I'm depressed,
it's a demon and I need prayer. Men died by suicide 3.9 times more than women. That's almost 4 times as much as women.
And these are 2021 stats?
These are 2021 stats.
So you realize that 2019, 2020, COVID-19 had these guys had to stay at home with their wives for a whole year.
I'm
Give them
mad,
their shit back.
if I'm mad that you won't let me do what I want to do
And then
in
you
all levels, and then when I get there and I dominate, then my own people look at me and go, "You left us here."
Right.
Nigga, I didn't leave you, nigga. I thought this was the goal.
Because the thing is, we knew that we was gonna fucking dominate. We was better than them before. As a man, you can't take care of yourself. You don't deserve no coochie.
I agree.
That's to me. If you can't support yourself, you know the last thing you need to be worried about is getting laid.
Listen to what I'm saying to you, though. Number one, the only reason I agree with that statement is because doing that could possibly produce a child that you can't take care of.